Good morning, cybersecurity folks. I want to share with you a horror story that I came across on Reddit, and I was just blown away. The amount of details that was described in this little short description of this person's life, basically, at this point. I'll start it off right now. You guys driving, not paying attention, just hear me out. I'll read it word for word as best as I can. So, when I was 22, I graduated from a university in DC with a sociology degree and was working a low paying $40,000 job, USD, totally unrelated to my field. My dad told me to apply for a SFS Cyber Corps program, and stupid me, I did. I thought, wow, this is my chance. I imagined myself like the agents on Criminal Minds or Chicago PD sitting in a dark room, frantically tracking down hackers and saving the day. A future FBI agent. That was the dream. I applied, got accepted, and it felt like I hit the jackpot. A top 40 school, a $37,000 stipend, full tuition coverage. All I had to do was work for the federal government for 2 years after graduation. Coming from a low income family, I was so excited. I thought, this is it. I was going to be the first in my family to earn a master's degree. I had some doubts about finding a federal job afterward, but I told myself I was smart. I'll figure it out. My program coordinator promised everything would be fine. Fast forward 2 years, I graduated with my master's degree in cybersecurity in May of 2025. My program coordinator, gone. She left a year ago. Now I've got $180,000 hanging over my head if I can't land a federal job. The hiring freeze started 11 months ago, and the SFS and OPM haven't given us anything but the same canned advice. Keep applying. I've been sinking into depression. I'm on multiple meds now. Every day, I park my car in the top level of the garage and stare down, wondering how much longer can I do this. Nights are the worst. I lie awake thinking about the future, about this debt I never really agreed to take on. If I had known what the future would look like, I would have taken the money. I should have gone to Georgia Tech. I was already accepted there. It would have cost me $10,000 out of pocket, but no, I wanted to make my parents proud, go to school for free, and chase the FBI dream. I was young and sold a fantasy. The worst part, I can't even smoke weed to take the edge off because I have to stay clearance eligible. When I was 22, I told myself, just 4 years without it. Now, thanks to the hiring freeze, 4 years have turned into 8. I just want autonomy, to be able to put what I want in my own damn body without fearing it'll ruin my future. If I could go back, I'll pay for school myself, skip the government strings. What a mistake. What a curse. I just want out of this program. None of us know what to do. Start a class action lawsuit or just keep waiting for someone in power to acknowledge we exist. They keep saying, keep applying, but applying where? We're competing against thousands of displaced federal workers and other SFS grads from the same handful of jobs. I thought I signed up for a scholarship. All I wanted was a future. Instead, I'm stuck in a contract I can't escape, with debt I didn't see coming, silence from people who promised to help, and a system that sold me a lie. Just wow. Guys, I didn't even know how to, like, if that was me, yeah, that would be painful. Now, there is a couple of things. Actually, one thing. I was trying to understand how a $37,000 stipend became $180,000 debt over his head because I was trying to figure out if that what meant the stipend only covered up to a certain amount and the remaining balance was $180,000 that this individual had to pay out of pocket. So I wasn't too sure, so I had to dig a little deeper into the comments section, and I kind of explained it a little bit more. I'm trying to look for it right now. So right here it says, normally I would agree, but OP only needed 2 years of Fed service in order to get rid of the $180,000 debts. So this might be the exception to the rule, unless OP can get a 2-year contract as an officer. It did have an explanation somewhere. Someone explained it really well, and stupid me didn't really pick up on it and consider it saving it or something like that. But it's definitely in here. So I think I kind of read it as that, right? The catch was, you take this scholarship, go for the program. The program costs this much, right? $180,000 in total, let's just say. But we would guarantee you that we would place you in a job and you would pay that off in 2 years. That's how I see it. That's how I read it, right? I could be wrong. If you think I'm wrong, please comment. I think I found it right here. This is the one. I'm confused. You're saying the program coordinator told you that you had a full tuition scholarship, but then you left, and then they left, and now you owe $180,000 because you didn't actually have a scholarship? That was my confusion as well. No, it's a program that was started a while back during the government cyber shortage. Yes, I remember that. You guys remember that? It was like a good couple of years back. And all that shifted in the midst of when people were graduating or still in cybersecurity programs. They would give a full ride plus stipend for education on terms that you would work for the government agency upon graduating, expecting the surplus of jobs to still be there. Yeah, this was the catchy part. Like, no one knew that these jobs were not going to be there. Even if they were, they didn't know that their requirements were going to change, especially for the government, which really sucks. Instead, we had a hiring freeze and layoffs and a government shutdown. Yeah, that was triple impact. However, these programs don't care, and soon the debt would be on their heads. Similar thing happened to all those coding boot camps, but this is worse. So of course the responding is, "Oh damn, that's crazy." I could get really dramatic, but this is pretty light in my opinion. Like, what the? Yes, this is insane, guys. I just wanted to share that with you. A lot of people during these boot camps, training, college courses, especially within cybersecurity, were fed dreams. I spoke about this many videos back. I was telling people, and I would probably mostly say that a lot of my subscribers came from the basis that I was calling out other YouTubers for selling bullshit dreams, selling bullshit programs that they weren't even qualified to sell, and just telling you, it's like me putting together a program and say, hey, this is how you get into cybersecurity today. I'll teach you the ins and outs of what to expect and what to look for in 2026 to become the next cybersecurity professional. I could sell you that pipe dream. Some of you may fall for it. Pay me like $1,000 and I give you a couple videos, sit with you for like 15-20 minutes to go, hey, this is how you should put your resume together, and good luck, go keep applying. I felt like that was a lot, not just in cybersecurity, but I was calling out the ones in cybersecurity. It was in every platform, web development, system admins, whatever it is. Everyone was selling something. Everyone was trying to sell you something that made no sense because it had no value in it. They could sell you whatever the hell you think they're going to sell you, but it was just hopes and dreams. One thing you probably be more familiar with is when people try to sell how to drop ship, how to make millions drop shipping with Amazon. Like, you don't have to hold any products, but when orders come in, you just place them with Amazon and ship it directly to the consumer. Things like that. It may work, but the chances of it working, very slim. I don't totally agree with people who sell courses that have no business selling courses. And even in this case, colleges selling cybersecurity courses was a joke, right? Degrees that you earned your cybersecurity degree. I know a lot of you have obtained that. A lot of you wanted to jump in that. There was a whole year, if not more, talking about how much shortage there is in cybersecurity, and unfortunately, that shortage has shrunk tremendously with the existence of automation, AI helping in utilizing different tools to reduce those headcounts. Again, I'm gonna repeat that. It's tools that are out there existing that automation has reduced the amount of people that's required or needed at this point. If you're into technology, if you look at, for instance, even in the early 90s, I would say, if you look at a car manufacturing, people are not literally standing there, you know, shoulder to shoulder, putting together a car. There's a lot of robotics, there's a lot of automation in there. Not saying that there's no humans there, but I can assure you there's a lot less humans there in warehouses building cars now than it was maybe 30 years ago, right? As technology advances, things get better, more efficient, and you build automation. You could get tools to do other tools or other things, other functions. That is my point. So, where do we go from here? What do we do? Again, that's one of those. It's impossible to answer, right? If you graduated from a cybersecurity program degree, you earned it. What can you do at this point? Like this gentleman here, we just went through this whole Reddit, full on, literally a horror story of what's out there, because that's just one individual. And how many college grads do we have graduating with cybersecurity degrees? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's in the thousands, if not tens of thousands of people throughout the course of the last 3 to 4 years, right? And during that time, while they were still in school, all this shifted. Like, what happened? Less jobs available, return to office. People are cutting back on what they're spending, headcounts, every department, technology, engineers, they're all getting let go because their function or the way things are needed now, it's a lot different than what it was 4 years ago, right? When these programs supposedly was going to land you a job in the government sector. We have the shortage for this and that. Yeah, it's you either three things you have to learn. This was a great interview question. Someone asked me. They were like, "What's the three human traits? It could be non-technical. Three human traits that you think would be beneficial to any human being." And I sat there without hesitation. This wasn't even a pre-planned question. This wasn't even a premeditated thing. Like they were gonna ask me this, and I said, "How to deal with stress, right? How to have patience, and the third most crucial thing is how to adapt." At this point, don't stress, have patience, focus, and learn to adapt. Technology-wise. Don't sit on your degree thinking that because you have your degree, you are owed anything. You have to adapt. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate you guys being here. This was not really exciting news in the industry. Of course, it's never, especially when people are hurt in this fashion, lied to, told, fairy tales, even by the government, saying that, hey, you could come out working for us once you complete this program or whatever. And then to have the very same person that was telling you all this quit. That's pretty hurtful, in my opinion. If you come across this video, the OP, reach out to me. I want to be able to see what I can do for you as an individual. I know a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me as well. Trust me, I'm putting all that together. I am going through it. I have help. I have hired help now to help me with this, to source through all the subscription I'm getting through my website, my contacts that we're building out through LinkedIn, and of course in here as well on YouTube. you can definitely reach out. I'm trying to put together something. There are companies that are hiring. There may not be a lot of companies that are hiring for a lot of positions, but at least even if I can get a good percentage of individuals placed into these roles that make sense, I feel like at least I'm doing my part. So again, thank you guys for watching all the way through. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Take care.